Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sam Reading Smut. I hate this book. Where to even start? I'm gonna say up front right now, I assume if you were watching this book review, you have either watched the previous book review I did of this book, and you've already read the book. So there will be spoilers from the first book in here. You have been warned. This series is ripping my heart out. It's ripping it out. Before I came to the second book, I had to have a palate cleanser in between. You can watch this book review on my Patreon. After finishing this book, I've had to read 2 fluffy books, which you can see these book reviews here on YouTube. I possibly may have to read a third because I don't know if I'm mentally prepared for the third book, which I do have ready to go, which I highly recommend getting the third book before you finish this one, just like I recommended for the first one. But I don't know, I need a break. It made me mad. It made me mad and sad. It made me feel all the feelings. Now that you know how I feel about it, let's get into it. Diana, rightfully so, is on a rampage after what happened to her sister. And of course, Liam, who now is going by his true name, Sam Kill, is trying to find her to help her out because, you know, he loves her, even if he won't admit that. And that is basically the first 2/3 of the story, is Diana seeking out revenge on the people who were there at her sister's death, and Semikil trailing behind her. Lucky for him, though, she ends up coming to him, and then they finally get together, but then of course are ripped apart! That was a bit of a spoiler. I won't go any further into that. Just know you're gonna be sad, you're gonna be heartbroken. Some interesting things about this book, though. We have more than just Semikil and Diana's perspectives. We also have Caden's perspective, which was very interesting. We also have Imogen's perspective. Is that how you say her name? I don't know. I'll spell it for you. Imogen. We also get Cameron's perspective, which I really love. Cameron is one of my favorite characters. And if him and Xavier don't end up together by the end of this series, I will lose my crap. Anyway, whole other tangent there. So you get 3 other characters' perspectives on top of your normal 2, which at first I hated, and then I grew to kind of like. I liked Cameron's perspectives more than I did Caden or Imogen, but Caden's was very interesting. I could have used maybe a few more from Caden's perspective because I am very curious. Oh, pause. I actually forgot. We also get Logan's perspective. So we get 6 people's perspectives in this book. Logan's perspectives are all right. Him and Omegan's I really didn't need. Omegan, I really didn't need. The other 2 were interesting. I liked Cameron's perspectives, mostly because Cameron's just a funny guy. And I liked Caden's just because that was important lore and it was interesting to know. There is a lot of lore that's dropped in this book to the point that I have maybe 10 top flaps of things that I think are probably important to know for the third book. And yeah, I'm afraid to say much more because I'll just give it away. If you've read this book and feel like your heart was ripped out, let me know in the comments. I hope it's not just me. I really need other people to read this book so I can talk to people about it. None of my close friends have read it yet. If my close friends are watching, read it so we can talk about it, please. I give this book a 9 out of 10 only because it gave me emotional damage. Okay, that's not fair. It should be a 10 out of 10. This book was a 10 out of 10, even though it hurt me. We do finally get full completion, I'll say that, in this book between our main characters, Diana and Semikil. I give the Smut a 4 out of 5. It's good, but I've read better. It's good, but now is your chance to leave because I'm going to give out some theories, and if you've read the first 2 books and you want to engage with me in the comments, I would love that because here's what I think. Here's what I think is going to happen. These are major spoilers if you haven't read it. You have been warned. Leave now. I think Semikil's going to wake up and forget about her, or he won't forget about her, but he'll forget he loves her. And that's going to be the third book, is her trying to restore their bond because the bond showed up on her hand and then it was gone and he hasn't woken up yet. So I have a feeling he's either going to have total amnesia when he wakes up, or he just won't love her anymore, and that will be heartbreaking. I also think that Vincent is the third brother, or one of the 3 brothers. We know Caden's one of them, but I think Vincent is also one, and that's one of the reasons he's kind of like a dick most of the time and why he's working with Caden. It hasn't been confirmed, but that's my suspicion. I also think, and I don't want this to be true because I want them together so so badly that I think Cameron is gonna die saving Xavier. I think it's just gonna happen. And it's gonna be one of those things that Xavier's like gonna snap out of the little spell as Cameron's dying. And I have a feeling they're bonded. They would get the hand thing or whatever. I don't want that to be true though, but I have a feeling it is. I don't want to put it out there, but there it is. Anyway, those are my major theories, my top 3 for this next book. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. I would love to have a discussion. Till next time, I hope you have happy reading.